Ethiopia's Foreign Minister Taye Atske-Selassie took the podium at the United Nations General Assembly in New York to defend his country's informal agreement with Somaliland. The pact, signed earlier this year, has drawn fierce criticism from neighboring Somalia, but Ethiopia maintains it is a legitimate effort to promote regional development. In his address, Taye reiterated Ethiopia's commitment to multilateralism and cooperation in the Horn of Africa, framing the agreement as part of a broader strategy for shared prosperity. Ethiopia's Memorandum of Understanding with Somaliland is based on the existing political dispensation in Somalia. Our objective is shared growth and prosperity in the region, and we reject the unfounded allegations made against Ethiopia regarding this agreement, Taye stated. He urged Somalia to focus on collaboration to address the more pressing threat of terrorism in the region. We encourage Somalia to work with us to eliminate the terrorist threats that plague the region, he added. Taye also emphasized Ethiopia's contributions to regional security, highlighting its peacekeeping role in Somalia. The region has made strides in degrading terrorist networks like Al-Shabaab, thanks to the resilience of the Somali people and the sacrifices made by regional nations, including Ethiopia, Kenya, and Uganda, he said. He expressed confidence that the government of Somalia would soon acknowledge Ethiopia's role in supporting Somalia's liberation from terrorist groups. However, Somalia's Prime Minister Hamza Abdi Barre used his own speech at the General Assembly to issue a stern rebuke, accusing Ethiopia of attempting to annex Somali territory under the guise of securing sea access. Somalia currently faces a serious threat from Ethiopia's recent actions which flagrantly violate our territorial integrity, Barre declared. Ethiopia's attempt to annex part of Somalia under the guise of securing sea access is both unlawful and unnecessary. Egypt's Foreign Minister Badr Abdelhadi also addressed the General Assembly, expressing concerns over Ethiopia's actions in the region. While primarily focusing on the long-standing Nile River dispute, Abdelhadi linked Ethiopia's management of the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, GERD, to its agreement with Somaliland. Ethiopia's unilateral decisions not only violate international law but also jeopardize the unity and sovereignty of neighboring nations, Abdelhadi stated. He accused Ethiopia of disregarding the interests of other countries in its pursuit of national projects. Anyone who believes Egypt will compromise on threats to our national security is gravely mistaken, he warned. Egypt, which relies heavily on the Nile River, views the GERD as a potential threat to its water security. By connecting this issue to Ethiopia's dealings with Somaliland, Egypt signals a growing concern over Addis Abeba's approach to international agreements and neighborly relations. Ethiopia remains steadfast in its position. Our intentions are not to undermine any nation's sovereignty, but to pursue mutually beneficial partnerships, Taye asserted at the UN. He added that Ethiopia has recently entered into similar agreements with other countries, aiming to boost regional trade and development. The diplomatic friction comes as the Horn of Africa faces multiple challenges, including security threats from extremist groups, humanitarian crises, and complex interstate relations. Ethiopia's defense of its foreign policies at the UN highlights the nation's desire to assert its role as a regional leader while navigating international scrutiny. Analysts note that Egypt's involvement suggests an effort to rally international support against what it perceives as Ethiopia's overreach.